Welcome back. I am a little hungover, not gonna lie. Uh, Hopefully I didn't do too. I have not full recollection of what occurred last night in this game, so let's see. I know that we got Caterium going and we got Smart Splitters. I remember that, but I was fairly well in my cups, so yes, we got the Smart Splitters. That's good. These are great also, but for our purposes, we really only need the Smart Splitters for now. So I guess what I was thinking about doing next is let's go look at our tech tree here for a minute. Yeah, oil processing. That's what we need to do. All right, what makes motors? What makes motors? Motor. Rotors and stators. Okay. Probably, see, the stators. The stators are a bitch because rotors I can just pump out from an iron, but this requires 3 different resources: copper, iron, and coal. So this is where I think we need to start considering the production of the Grand Central. Yeah, so I have a couple of thoughts about the Grand Central hub. It's probably a good idea to have it very close to this area. Close enough that it counts and it's not long range belts to put it here. Secondly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up like kind of on that so that we can like it's a little ridiculous that I say no long range belts and I have kept really solid to this being too far for a long range belt. Is like, yeah, okay, bravo, we have kept to the spirit of this challenge. But after a certain point it's like, yeah, our factory is growing. I think it's justified to for this to be connected to things. Also, oh, I have no plates. I have no plates. I probably have no concrete too, because this thing is just full of concrete. So I think that if we build it, our whole Grand Central hub kind of on the top of that thing, and we'll put in pillars to support it. It's not just going to be hovering up there, but I think that's going to be it, because from that spot I think we have access to iron, copper, and concrete, and then we can truck in Caterium and we can truck in coal. So that's kind of what we're going to do next. One moment. Okay, so the first step is we're going to build our ramp up there. First, we need to build our ladder to heaven. Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? It's a somewhat obscure South Park reference. It's making fun of that country singer who wrote like tragedy songs about 9/11. I think the original song was called "Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning" or something like that. But they made fun of him, as South Park does. They endlessly mocked him for that. It's very funny. They did it fairly tastefully, as they did back in the day. Okay. So I bet there's like mobs up here. There are not. There are not mobs. And we're connected here, so like I see this as okay. Because I know that like the connection points are these tiny little things, but just like imagine, like just imagine with me. Actually, you can't make it upside down, can you? Just like imagine with me that they look like this, you know what I mean? Like they've got a little bit more connection to them. Okay, so up here. Hmm. Let's like go. I don't even know how to get up there. Let's just kind of build a zoop. Build some supports for it. How about one right there? Each. Oops. I'll make sure that goes all the way down later. Okay, pillar. Pillar. Hopefully these aren't hitting some of the iron, the extra iron nodes that I wanted to hit. Yeah, I think this is like how we're gonna do this. It's kind of a little, some switched back action. Make sure those go all the way down. Yeah, cool. This looks as classy as I'm like required to by my arbitrary rules. Ooh, I just got an achievement for build 5,000 foundations, because you can tell I never built foundations in a real way when I played this game the first time. Oh, we're so close. Yeah, we're gonna have to back that off one. Oh yeah, we got targets. Nice. One down. Am I actually hitting him? Alright, we're good. Alright, so we'll civilize this area. Okay, let's make sure that all this looks good. It probably doesn't, but we'll fix it. You know what I need? I need pillars that aren't foundations for this part. So let's go to the awesome store and get us some pillars. I need pillars, metal pillar sets, or concrete. Probably concrete, yeah. And I don't have any coupons. Let's get both. We'll start with concrete. Concrete is usually how pillars are made. I guess, do you want them to be made with concrete or made with... Yeah, or concrete and... Is that what we're gonna do? Concrete pillars. Cool.
Fun fact: architecture was invented when people began building buildings. If it had been invented slightly beforehand, perhaps more old buildings would still be around. Humanity sometimes lacks vision.
So what we'll do... Put these pillars in so I can still walk up these things. I think that looks like garbage. It's not lined up. There we go. This looks much better. And I can walk. I can walk it. So that's nice. There's one like going down, right? From here. No, but there should be. How about this? Here, we'll go there, and then there, and then there. We'll just like continue it through. Oh, I see. It was not vertical. That's why it wasn't zooping the correct direction. Oh, it only zoops up? It doesn't zoop down? That's a little weird. Whatever. We'll fix that. Okay. Cool. Now we look legit with these big pillars everywhere. And we're going to be putting these like all over the place, so... You got one there? Nope, you don't. Well, you probably don't need one there, but whatever. We like to look real legit here. Purple. Next thing we should do is build a hyperloop that comes up here. A hypertube. So I don't have to walk. It's just gonna go straight fucking up. Although it'll have its own like little booster on it. It won't have like a cyclotron booster. It'll just have like a doo 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 booster. Okay, so what we'll do is we will put a entrance. That. And then why are you like on the ground? How about this? How about support? We'll start with the support. So then we put entrance, 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 and that should be enough for like a nice tunk tunk tunk. That's, yeah, okay, so the tube goes from the pole to the not pole, yeah. Yeah, like that. But how do I, like, rotate it? Kind of want it to just go, like, straight up. Is that too long? Well, I need more. Pipe is too long, yeah. I need more, pipe. Need more steel pipe and copper sheet. Luckily, steel pipe is pretty easy to come by these days. Although it will become easier to come by. Same with copper very soon. Because what's going to happen is that this ground floor down here is going to turn, like, the whole thing is going to look more like this beautiful masterpiece. Like, very organized, very clean, nothing slapped together. Go up to there. Which I think it should be able to bridge the gap after that. make sure we put ourselves into what is essentially a box. Actually, let's just make the entrance here, little doorway here, and then one of these. Okay. Then I think what we do is we put an entrance there, and it just spits you out like somewhere else. Okay. That way this spits you out. A more reasonable way right there. Okay, let's try this thing out. Up. Okay, and down. Yeah, see, down's easy because you gain acceleration going down like that, so, and then you can't go in this side. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so we have a elevator up. Elevator up. Some lights in there would be nice, but okay. Cool. Let's start making big platform energy here. And then we'll go build some foundation, some pillars for it. this rock being here. Gives it some character, you know. We'll just delete this. Don't need this here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, now the question is how to here, I'm gonna make this kind of, I'm gonna square this whole thing off, and then I'm gonna make it 10 more that direction, and then we'll start working on pillars to support it. Out of iron plate. This way. I suppose I should research purple slugs here while I got one. Oh. I need some that good modular frame. Rotors? Why are you like stalled? Are you not like going into the, that's, or are they coming out of here? Oh, they're coming out of here, okay. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? These are modular frames, yep. Mm-hmm. And what's the last thing? Synthetic. Yeah. Way
Research
not gonna
completed.
happen.
Purple power slugs
This is
seem
like
to be
late
near
game
the end of their life
shit.
cycle and have a significant amount of potential energy stored. It is a good thing Fix-It does not waste. Purple power slugs can now be processed into power shards.
What they're not saying is that you can do a purple power slug gives you 3 power shards. Might as well just do this for now. And then make sure that I'm making stators. This thing. Is this thing making my stators? No, but it should be. I think it's my other one that I put into place. Yeah, this one. In fact, why don't both of you guys just make stators? Grab another coil, and then you make stators, because I'm going to need lots of them. You're overclocked. I love overclock. And deliver some steel pipe here. And then put this back. I don't need those. I don't need those. I don't need those. I don't need those. That's going in the grinder. I need lots more concrete though. So let's go to the concrete mine. Where's the concrete mine? Where's the concrete mine? So we're gonna start building something similar to what I built in my first playthrough, which was sort of like the grand factory floor. And it worked very well for a very long time. Near the end of the game, I sort of abandoned its use, but we're not going to be able to do that because the way that I abandoned its use was the use of just horrendous spaghetti, spaghetti factories and leaving it on for just weeks at a time. So we are obviously not doing that today. I will also need to, I need to start doing some stuff with the awesome store, because there's stuff like the hole in the floor that brings a belt up that is going to be useful. Okay, I don't know how big this thing is, but it's pretty damn big. Alright. Now, let's see how many tickets we got, and in relation to all the things that we want to buy. We got 2 tickets right now. Signs are going to be big. We're going to need that. Unlocked by researching quartz crystals. Fuck. These are what I'm talking about. Like the lift hole and the wall outlets and the conveyor throughput monitor. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so this is important. This is probably important. This is definitely important, so we're gonna get that right now. So what this will allow, if I might make a demonstration, is I have this material down here. I have a conveyor belt. I want it to go up there. I put a hole in here so that I can, not that, this one, go like this. And now, well, it's going the wrong way, but it would be like this. Did I do it right? I don't... Yeah. I think that's right. So now I can just do this. Half of this is just me testing it. So then it goes, and it goes up, and it comes out the top just super clean, instead of being this like super janky thing where this, because this can be, you know, in the middle of a floor. Like it doesn't have to be hanging off the edge, which is how I kind of did it before. So this is the future right here. We got some stators happening. Nice. Why don't you try and start making motors then? How many stators? 2 stators, so that is enough for 50 motors. That's what we need. And that. Nice. I heard that it's called a stator because it's stators right there. On an electric motor, the part that spins around is the rotor, and the part that stators right there is the stator. I think that's kind of funny. The best naming conventions are like that, where they kind of explain themselves. You are going in the grinder. Okay. Okay, let's start making some big pillars. Big pillar energy. Should probably like make a rule about how often we need these, just for like accountability's sake. So at least some like 4 corners here. Oh, that was a risky jump. What can I say? Sometimes I just want to feel something. Hashtag classic millennial. I don't even think people say hashtag anymore. They say some dumb Zoomer version of that, which is ironic, because saying that it's dumb because it itself was pretty dumb. And that's how that works. Okay. Yeah. No. That is hovering. That is not should probably count how big it is, and then just like kind of standardize it and standardize where the pillars are. So this first layer is actually supposed to be kind of the ugly layer, one of the ugly layers of the factory. Like this one's not meant to be super pretty. That actually worked out really well. I actually kind of like that placement. That's kind of perfect. I was gonna say like I really should move belts around, but that worked out perfectly. So this is pretty good. This is a good looking factory floor. So what this is going to be, this floor up here, is going to be storage and kind of organization of materials. So, you know, from this level, we're going to have a bunch of these big, massive storage things that are all daisy chained together, and then it will be going up to. So, and then a second floor above this will have like actual things kind of like this, but for the next level, where it's going to be like a big thing. But it's just going to go layer by layer by layer, you know. That's the idea. So one of the first things we need to be doing is creating a mass storage / buffer system. And I made a huge mass storage system in my first playthrough. I don't know why I walked down. A huge mass storage system that was designed to be like left on for weeks, and then like, oh, okay, I didn't know I needed 10 million of this specific precursor, but I'm glad that I have it now. Because all I need to have is like really good belts now. I don't need good production, I just need good belts, because I've got that, but like that much storage times like 50. That was the big mass storages I made. So I'm not going to make that big of mass storage this time, because it's not, that doesn't like align with how I'm playing this time. So let's go tinker and make something. So what I'm thinking is that it's going to have an input. So I think like 3 of these is sufficient. I think 3 is a little overkill, but that's the idea. And what they're going to be is, they are going to be flipped though. So one of them is going to be this way, one of them is going to be this way, and one of them is going to be this way. So that way, what I can do is, this is the master input here. Then the output goes like this, and we are going to use Mark III belts for everything. And then the master output is going to be right here. How did I do this before? Yeah, it was much more vertical before. So instead, and I'd love to be able to use both inputs if I like have the capacity to use both inputs. I want to keep that. So this will sort of be hanging off the, well, it doesn't have to hang off the cliff. It just has to be on the floor, and then we'll have belts that go up to it. I should have had a consideration for how high one of these things can go, though. I probably miscalculated by making it so high up there. Oh, it could definitely make it up there in 2, so that's sufficient for me. This is where the hover pack would really come in clutch, but. And then the idea is that it has, when you get up to the next level, everything. Where's my blueprint maker? It's over here. Everything not only has a like an output belt, but it also has a grab box for whatever it is. So the grab box will only be like that big, but and then there will be an output belt. So I guess the idea is that there's a Mark III connector off the back here. But I think I'm just gonna have to like custom make that each time. So input and then the output will come off the back here. I'm okay with that for our first version of this. It's not exactly, it was not nearly as like robust as my first one. So mass storage Mark 1. Actually, I'm going to call this Mark 3 because it, oops. Dude, what is happening? Name, mass storage Mark 3. We're going to call things based off their belts. So that's a Mark 3 because it uses Mark 3 belts. Where's the bigger storage? Yeah, there we go. And then directory, foundations, transport. Storage. And there, perfect. Did I erase all my work? I did. I did. $80 and $60. That's kind of clean, you know. I like that. And clear and extract. Cool. So like the idea is that I have things coming up from this base level to here. So the first thing on this, like along this first wall, is going to be iron plate. Let's see if we can afford some of the like labels, because labels are so important to this kind of system. So let's go over here to our, grab a couple of these. I heard these AI limiter things are like super valuable in points, in grinding points. Yeah, they are. They are quite valuable. Cool. Because we are going to need... We are going to need this. Oh, are you serious? Quartz crystals? I need quartz crystals for labels? Oh, that pisses me off a little bit. That's not helpful. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh well, not the end of the world, but it is a little frustrating. What'll be nice is that the idea is that you'll be able to see it when it's full, because it'll be on the plates that are along the outside of it. So one thing is that, like, this thing's completely barren right now. So what we should do is, because one of these can run both of these factories. This one can run a whole other factory, which is probably going to expand that way. And I should just work on things that create nothing but precursors. So that's what's going to be the next big factory, is the factory that does nothing but plate, rod, and sprue. Nice, got 50 motors. Now we can do oil. That's fun. See how close we are to oil.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
And of course that tractor isn't working, because of course it's not. Bro, how far? Oh, I've got a dismantle crate that I have to go fix. Where is it? Okay, how far was that oil? That's not insurmountable. That's definitely a doable distance. I mean, that's where our coal is. Let's go see what's wrong with the Caterium tractor, because I do want Caterium flowing. I probably should just put another truck stop here. Did I pass the tractor? I did pass the tractor. It's about halfway. Okay, let's go see. Let's go see what's wrong with the tractor. You out of fuel? Oh, that's a problem. And I don't have anything to fuel you. Well, I'm gonna take this. That's why. Okay, so we gotta remember that we need coal to be everywhere that tractors are moving. So, Are you like not producing enough coal? You are not producing enough coal. Is it because that tractor isn't moving? No, it's moving. Okay, what the hell? Seriously? Did I like not put a belt here? I see belts. The Caterium is... Oh, the Caterium is clogged. That's why. Okay. This looks like a job for mass storage. The whole thing is clogged because the Caterium got clogged. That's so funny. And by funny, I mean sad. This is why you need adequate buffers. And also, it's kind of a bad idea to, like... What's going to be a better idea, and what we're going to end up going with, is the coal's going to come into that factory, and it's going to go from that that truck stop to other places. It's not going to have both trucks come to that location. That's kind of a band-aid. Okay, that should get you home. And what's really cool is that this can fill up as fast as 2 belts if you've got like the stomach for it, so to speak. And that's awesome. So, need more concrete. Need more concrete, need more steel beam. But what I was doing over here was upgrading this lovely ironmongery. I don't know what's happening here. This is not nice. Oh, this is a leftover from my old, the old way we used to make frames, but we'll figure it out. Just bear with me here. So this is a whole 120 of iron ore a minute that I can work with now. So we can do, 4 smelters. We could do the whole 4 smelters into 8 constructors. Well, it won't be... Actually, don't I have a blueprint for this? I think I do. Oh, that's a 4 constructor manifold. So I don't. Okay. And just regular splitters here. So splitter here. Actually, you can be a Mark 1, can't you? Yeah. You guys can be Mark 1s. Because you can only take 30 a minute. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so you guys are running. Plate is important, so I know that you can only run concrete. Always with the concrete. Now how much are you doing? You're doing 240? So let's upgrade to Mark 3s. We'll put these in Mark 2s. It's not a perfect system. Nope. So when it's full, these things will just be hanging out here, and so you can tell what's in it. So each one of you guys only wants, if you're doing plates, you just want one, right? 20. No, 30. You want 30 a minute, and that's 30 a minute, so yeah. So you're gonna make plate. You're gonna make plate. You're gonna make... You're gonna make screws? So you want 10. I think there's like a 2 to 3 thing, right? Yeah. Or, yeah, 2 to 3. So these two could make screws. So you're gonna make plate. I guess you're gonna make rod. I need so much plate. Because to properly utilize... Oh no, 2 into 3, and then 2. Okay, yeah, this is gonna work out fine. Oh, come on. Come on, I know you can do it. Okay, you guys are all gonna make rod. Yeah, rod. And then you're going 2 into 3. don't think this is going to work. Yes. Okay, I've been talking for a while and I've been muted. So the point is that I just made a single node that makes rod, plate, and screws, fully optimized. And what I want now is to send it up. Send each one of those things up. So what's going to be helpful here is a ladder. Yeah. What is the double ramp? Oh, see, this is what I was looking for earlier. Yeah, okay, cool. But corner ramps are really... This is what I was looking for earlier, but... Yeah. And bye.
Thank you for investing into our internal closed economy. Your contributions provide aid to many good fix-it causes.
Yeah, that's... Now, how do you use ladders? Literally never used ladders before, so... Is it in... Lookout towers are kind of nice. Ladder. So you put... Like, let's say I'm just... Oh, not what I meant to do, but... Okay, so what if I have just like a ladder? Put it here. Can it zoop? Yeah, it can zoop. That's nice. And then you could just climb up it. The question is, can you climb down it? Because I've never seen this work right. Yeah. So is the best thing to do just like jump off and grab it? And then... Okay, yeah. That's jank as shit, but that's fine. We'll survive. So each one of these things is going to have kind of like a pillar to the sky that helps the lift get up. So the first thing we're going to do is do the one for the plate. So first things first. How high can you go? And are you actually connected? You are connected, so. Cool. Next thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good way to die. Also, maybe just like put one of these down. Like that's maybe like not a bad idea, but I have never been someone who does good ideas. Okay, so we're basically to the level of... So probably what the first thing needs to be that happens is me to bring the things over to here. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Now, let's see if we can go down. Let's see if we can go down without dying. Ah! Okay. Down, 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 down. So where the hover pack or the jetpack or... Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Just look at the ladder. Don't look away, because then you disconnect from the ladder. Yeah, so the first thing is to bring it kind of under here. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We can make that happen. So this is not good. This is not good. There's just a hovering ladder in the middle of here. Okay. You... Don't want to cover up our other iron node here. There's 2 iron nodes here. I don't want to cover up. Oh, you know what we could do? This is actually kind of a big brain move. We will it's a big brain move until it's really, really not, but I'm hoping that it's gonna work out okay. Okay, we're gonna have to call it a day for right now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna merge these 3 together. We're just gonna have one big lift, and they're just gonna be mixed in, and then up at the top we will organize them out into 3 with a smart splitter, and that feels like it could be a really big brain move. It also could be a disaster. Oh, and it's... Yeah, it's set up correctly. No, it's not. Just want to see this because I want to have like not 50 of these things going up there. The problem with this system is that if you get jammed up, it can jam up a lot of really big problems. So, we're gonna try this out real quick here. So this is the grand, like... The idea here is that if you have big enough storage up there and usage, it shouldn't, big asterisk on shouldn't be a problem. Conveyor merger. And also, I think there's a way to, like... It should, like, smoothly... kind of already getting bound up, but... There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, the idea is that if you have enough storage, and again, enough usage, it's not a problem, and I really need to not allow this to be here like that. So let's go put some big storage up there. And I guess in theory also, if you can have like, I think, I'm not certain, you can have like a system where the smart storage, like if it gets bound up, everything else goes into X, and we'll just put that into the dump. So like, what if we just did this? So we have a vertical Mark III coming out of here. We have it go directly into a smart splitter, which I don't have an AI limiter for. Damn it, come on. Oh, I see. And this works okay, especially if you keep it kind of small scale. So we're going to keep it to like 3 items each. So smart splitter goes directly into there. Smart splitter does left output is iron plate, center output is iron rod, and right output is... Actually, I'm going to leave room for there to be another smart splitter. Left is iron plate, middle is iron rod, and right is screw. Cool. Now, in theory, then we do blueprints. Blueprints, do 3 of these. No, how do I sample the whole... Yeah, can't. There's a way to do that, but I can't remember what it is right now. Plenty of room, good. And I'm out of pipe, but we'll just put one of these here. Okay. Now, again, in theory, this is going to work out okay. So this is a lot of storage for plates. And I don't like that action where it's kind of being bound up. I'd rather they all go into one merger. Because it means in a minute here. Yeah, where's the rods? The rods aren't making it in. Okay, well, you can see the vision here, right? You can see. It goes into smart splitters, it gets split up. This works well for things until, like, what happens when... So this is the hazard. So, like, the first time we're stuck, now screws can't get in anymore. So that's what we'll have to watch out for, and I think there's a way to deal with it, but... that's why I left room for another smart splitter, is that if things get clogged up, there's like a way to like dump. So, yeah, we're gonna call it a day for now. We're almost done here. So screws, rods, and but rods aren't making it in right now. So, and then the idea is that you have I wonder why that's happening. I don't know. It's above my pay grade right now. So the idea now is that you pull from here and you have a buffer, but if you pull from like, you have this split into one more of these guys right here. You have it like this, and whatever output you have it split between whatever your output that you wanted and this. It's not even sticking, but and that way you always have a grab box. So that's the vision there. So thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you